morning, boys and girls, and welcome to Friday's reading with Ms. Harkins. I've had to keep up the hand actions, even though I do not know why I've started them, but it's become part of our reading sessions. I might try and get rid of the arm actions next week. I hope you're all having a fabulous morning, and today we are going to be looking at a cafe strategy that comes from the F on the cafe board. So from the F, that means it is one of our fluency strategies, a strategy that will help us read accurately, smoothly, and with expression. So remembering, let's just have a reminder about the cafe board. Okay, so we have our C, our A, our F, and our E, which spells cafe. So the C is for our comprehension strategies, those strategies that will help us understand what we read. Then the A is for our accuracy strategies, those strategies that will help us decode the words. It will help us with actually figuring out the words that we are reading. Then we have the F, which will help us read smoothly, read with expression, and to read accurately. And then our E is to expand our vocabulary, so we can include more words in the vocabulary that we use when we are speaking, when we are listening, and when we are writing. So we have a bigger vocab, a bigger amount of words to use. Okay, so today we are focusing on the F part of our cafe board, and we are focusing on a fluency strategy. The fluency strategy that we are focusing on is to reread the text. Okay, so today we have found a poem for you that we want you to be able to read fluently, because on Friday, not Friday, today is Friday. On Sunday, it is Mother's Day. Okay, and we've picked out a poem for you to read for a special person in your life. And we would actually really like it if you could read out the whole poem or just part of the poem to your special person. But we want you to be able to read that fluently. So this strategy is going to help you be able to do that. It's a really great strategy to do it with. So you are going to be just like a musician. You're going to be like a singer that's gone into a recording studio to sing a song. They don't very often sing a song and it's the first take that is sent out to the world. Quite often they will take many, many, many takes. Okay, a friend of mine that used to work for a record company many years ago used to tell me just how frustrating it would be for the singers about just how many times they would have to retake it. So that's what we're doing today. We are retaking it. You are going to reread and read again. You're going to back it up and you're going to reread until you are reading it perfectly. Okay, so let's get into it. So we've got this poem here for your special person. I'm going to show you how I would practice doing this, how I would practice to read this fluently. Okay, how I would use the strategy to reread the text. Okay, so let's get started. Here is our poem here. So I've already made a mistake. Not on purpose, that was a legitimate mistake. Jackson in my class would tell you that. Okay, so I'm going to reread it. That's okay. I want to read this fluently. I can reread this as many times as I want to. I actually want to be able to record myself reading this for a special person in my life. I'd actually really like to record this for my own mum. Okay, so I'm doing this with you guys. I'll try again. I sometimes wonder if you realize how special you are in my eyes, or if you have even the slightest clue that my affections for you are really true. To my life you add some much needed light. You believe that my future could be bright. When I am with you, I can't help but smile. It makes me feel happy, if only for a while. To other people you often sing my praise. You brighten up even the darkest days. You always champion all that I achieve. In my efforts you always seem to believe. Okay, I think I could probably read that a little bit more smoothly, so I'm going to reread it from the very start. I'm going to practice it again. I'm going to have another take. I sometimes wonder if you realize how special you are in my eyes, or if you have even the slightest clue that my affections for you are really true. To my life you add some much needed light. You believe that my future could be bright. When I'm with you, I can't help but smile. It makes me feel happy, if only for a while. To other people, you often sing my praise. You can brighten up even the darkest days. You always champion all that I achieve. In my efforts, you always seem to believe. I love your attention and affection. You always point me in the right direction. Being by your side is all. Oh, okay. So I've made a mistake. So what I'm going to do, rather than go all the way back up to the top, is I'm just going to reread this paragraph. Okay, I'm going to practice this paragraph again. I love your attention and affection. You always point me in the right direction. Being by your side is always so much fun. In my eyes, you're brighter than the sun. Okay, that time I was much happier with that paragraph, so I'm just going to keep going. Time spent with you is always a pleasure. There are many moments that I will treasure. You always do your very best to include. When we meet, you're in such a happy mood. To me, you are always so extremely sweet. Being in your company cannot beat. To spend time with you, I travel so very far. I wonder if you know just how special you are. So I made a mistake at the start of this paragraph, so I'm going to reread this part of this paragraph. I won't go all the way back up to the top. Just practice this part of the poem again. To me, you are all, and I've made a mistake already, so I'm going to reread it from the start. To me, you are always so extremely sweet. Being in your company just cannot beat. To spend time with you, I travel so very far. I wonder if you know just how special you are. So when I was going through the poem, whilst I was going through the poem, I stopped and I repeated some paragraphs. Now what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to practice it from the start to the finish, and hopefully I don't need to take another repeat. Hopefully this time I can read it smoothly, accurately, and with expression in one go, because I've practiced it already. So let's see how I go. And when I'm reading this, I'm actually imagining that I am reading this to my mum. So I've got some extra feeling and expression in my voice, because that's the person that I'm wanting to read this to. That's my audience member. I sometimes wonder if you realize how special you are in my eyes, or if you have even the slightest clue that my affections for you are really true. So I've already made a mistake in it with that word, and I'm going back to the top. Okay, this is for someone special, and I want to make sure this is perfect, so I'm going to reread it again. I sometimes wonder if you realize how special you are in my eyes, or if you have even the slightest clue that my affections for you are really true. To my life you add some much needed light. You believe that my future could be bright. When I am with you, I can't help but smile. It makes me feel happy, if only for a while. To other people you often sing my praise. You can brighten up even the darkest days. You always champion all that I achieve. In my efforts you always seem to believe. I love your attention and affection. You always point me in the right direction. Being by your side is always so much fun. In my eyes you are brighter than the sun. Time spent with you is always a pleasure. There are many moments that I will treasure. Me, you always do your very best to include. When we meet, you're in such a happy mood. To me, you are always so extremely sweet. Being in your company cannot beat. To spend time with you, I travel so very far. I wonder if you know how special you are. Okay, so boys and girls, after reading it and rereading it again and practicing it, I'm pretty happy with that last time I read it. I think I still can improve. So what I might actually be doing now is I might go and read it a couple more times from start to finish. And then I'm actually going to record myself and I'm actually going to send that to my mum on Sunday. So it would be good if you could practice, even if it's not just the whole part of it, just maybe 2 paragraphs of it. And it would be nice for you to be able to read this to your special person over the weekend, or to send it to them on Facebook or Messenger or something. Anyway, this is just a fun task for you to do. I hope you enjoy it because I've enjoyed doing it. I've enjoyed practicing it today with you. Anyway, good luck. Have a great weekend. Have a lovely Mother's Day. Enjoy spending time with your special people. And I'll see you on Monday. See you guys.